You're ready to get. Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome. I am so excited to be presenting today. This is I'm excited to be here. This is our final workshop of this container. And this session isn't about doing more. It's about doing what is aligned, intentional, and true to your message. So I really want to meet you where you're at. I'm going to be giving you a lot of information today. And I would love my intention for the end of this is you have one clear step of how you're going to be moving towards the goal that you have kind of connected with through our work today, with a lot of other tools on ways you can continue to kind of stack and layer. But I'm going to be giving you a lot, and then it's going to feel like, oh my gosh. I think sometimes what happens, I reframed this workshop just a little bit because sometimes what happens is I give everyone everything, and then it's kind of like, oh, I don't know where to start. And that is not where we want to be. We want to be making really intentional action towards the goals that we're wanting to achieve. So, your chapter is powerful, and today we're going to map out how to turn it into meaningful visibility and momentum for your life and business. So, I just want to start. Um, and we're going to start with just something kind of easy. I'd love for you to type in the chat what impacted you, or what impact, sorry, do you hope your chapter has on someone? One word or a couple words, a sentence. What are you hoping someone reads your chapter and walks away with? Confidence, strength, and endurance. I love this. Hope for a brighter future. Beautiful. Amazing. I love this. I think I would say inspired, and empowered. Inspired and empowered. Clarity of thought. These are amazing. Thank you so much for sharing. Um, so I want to go back to all the way to when you first said yes to this, and we've done this a few times now. So some of this is going to come really quick, and some of it might be like, wait a minute, why did I say yes to joining this book? And so I want to connect back to that. Um, what did you want to experience when you joined this project? And I'm going to give you some things that were possible reasons for why you joined. Visibility, additional visibility or expanded visibility, community, confidence, new clients, healing. And I want to give you permission to own that desire because it matters. So connect back, and I'm actually gonna share just one second. Okay, I'm not gonna share. Okay, so I'm gonna call on each of you first to share what out of those things. And actually what I'll do is I'll just type it into, and maybe it's something else too. So feel free to connect back to why you joined and why you were like, you know what, this feels really aligned, and I'm hoping to get one or maybe more of these things out of this experience. And then when you're ready, raise your hand and we're going to talk about it a little bit. Jenny. Oh, you're muted.
I figured I'd go first since it started with me.
You started this. You're the
That's,
one.
yeah. Well, I've told the story several times that when I learned about multi-author book, it just kind of aligned. It just kind of made sense, and community and collaboration. So I would say collaboration, and just it just made sense for what we're about.
Yeah, absolutely. I think collaboration the community is a big piece, which obviously started with your group, and then you wanted to go deeper, I think, and
Yeah.
expand visibility for yourself and the authors, I would think too. So yeah, cool. Hadassah.
Eee. Um, wow. I think it was something that I wanted for a really long time. So it was kind of like the next logical step. So Ginny stepping into my life in that way was just like an open door that I didn't think I had, but I had. And
Mm,
then ultimately, my desire is to speak and to have more clients and to have that visibility. And then the gift of all of that was through a collaborative effort. So I got a community through it too. So I
mhm.
wasn't expecting all of that. Sometimes I'm so focused on like the business part or like the income part or like, the
Absolutely.
work part.
Yeah.
And then I get this gift of community and sisterhood and connection. And that was just like everything I wanted to that I didn't explicate with words. So that's where I'm at with it. It was just amazing.
I love that. I love that so much. It was like the cherry on top. I think that kind of happens. Sometimes like, oh wow, that was a little and I think when we are stepping into something new, when we're expanding our visibility, when we're doing something, like being surrounded with community with other people who are doing it too is
Yeah.
like a superpower, right? It just
Such a blessing.
yes, it's incredible. So good. And I really want you to connect, even though the community was such a big and I'm not going to answer this for you, but I'd love for each of you to connect to the reason that your initial reason, like I really wanted to have this out of it. I don't want to, it's maybe shifted for us a little bit through the experience, and maybe it shifted so much that you're kind of on a different trajectory, which is completely fine. But I want to honor each of you. So your initial thing. So make a note because we're going to be going through some other things here. Beth.
Initially, I really liked Jenny and she provided the opportunity and I was excited to be considered and chosen because that feels good.
Mm,
The other part was I have written previously and like I've written my entire life.
yeah.
And so it was an invitation and inspiration to get back on it
Mm,
and own that part and be more of a like I love speaking to groups, so the opportunity to be more in a teaching mentoring position versus a coaching position
mhm.
was something I was hoping for and looking forward to.
Okay, I love that. I love that. Remind me, is this, have you contributed to other multi-author books too, or just your
No,
solo book? This is
this
your
is the first one, and I
okay.
that was really exciting and new, and it's like, oh well, it's like
This is
let's
different, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
let's
yeah,
try this. I've never done this
yes,
before.
exactly. And when did you publish your solo book?
It's been a while. It's through Author House, and it was like I did one in 2012 and one in
Oh,
2014.
books. Okay, cool.
So
Um, and
it's
I
like a cycle.
Yes, and I love that like the visibility and like stepping into your leadership is a priority for you in this. And I want to remind everyone, regardless of when you are watching this, it is never too late to utilize your book to do the things that you had set out to do. Sometimes we think, oh, I missed my chance. Like it already launched. I missed the thing. I didn't do what I was, and it's just not true. It's a false narrative that we can kind of fall into. So hopefully this contributing to this book and being a part of this project will help kind of vigor some of your previous works too, and bring those to the front of what you're doing because I know those are impactful and you have a lot to share with those. So it's never too late. I just want everyone to remember that. So beautiful. Thank you so much, Beth. Is there anything else you wanted to add, or are you good?
Well, you don't have to have a website to be successful, but it's nice to have a
Mm,
tab that says author and that you have
Yes.
the books listed with a link and where
Yes.
they can be
That's a
purchased.
really good thing. And we're going to be talking about that because that's one of the ways that we can move forward in our authorship. I'm going to give you, I have a checklist. I'm going to be sending out a checklist with all of these different things you can do. And like I said, sometimes it's like, oh my gosh, that's a lot. It's like a whole page of things. And I just want us to connect to that one thing that we're going to be committed to moving forward in the next 30 days. And then you can tackle the next thing and then the next thing. But like having a page on your website is one of them. So thank you for bringing that up, and we will we will circle back around. Do you currently have something like that, Beth, or not?
I do, but it's not so. I just want to reorganize it.
It
I'm
might be time for
combining,
a revamp and then adding
yes,
this book and like really presenting yourself as the author. Okay, cool.
yeah,
I love
and being more of an authority on the website versus, oh,
mm.
this is a program I offer, which I
Kind of
will
like
still have that, but
it's like,
mm,
hey, I'm here and I have something kind of taking up a little more space. Yeah,
yeah,
I love that.
yeah.
Awesome. Cool. Okay. Anne Marie. So what out of these things was the initial reason why you had decided to join this project?
Community was first and foremost.
Okay.
Interesting community of that you got the support from, particularly Ginny.
Yeah.
And then it was like part of the healing process.
Mm.
Healing the community came then the whole thing of clarity of thought in a time of change.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we need more so than anything else. We have to be clear in how we're going forward because the waters can get a bit murky and muddled if you're not clear. So it was
That's so true.
um,
Yeah.
healing the community, clarity of thought in a time of change. That's what it was to me.
Ah, I love all of those so much. I think it's interesting because sometimes, especially in our business, and we are all heart-centered entrepreneurs, I would say. So, a lot of times we're making decisions from a business perspective, like how is this going to grow my business? How is this going to bring in additional revenue? How is this going to grow my bottom line? But when our business is like an extension of us, we need to be really grounded and stable and centered in ourselves so that we can expand. And that clarity, you're right, is so priceless. And then it just becomes this foundational piece, right? You're like, okay, I feel clear. I have the support. I have this community. Now I can start building the different pieces on it. I love that so much. Thank you for sharing, Emery. Okay. So I'm gonna just pause for 1 second because I have some slides and I would like to pull them up if it's gonna let me, but we'll see. Jenny, I might need permission. I don't know if I have it. Oh yeah, I do. I'm good. Good. Okay. So these are some of the things that we talked about. Okay, so we're going to talk about 5 visibility pathways or pathways to continue to share more of our mission, share more of our story, share more of this book specifically. And those 5 are local outreach, digital marketing, so website, social media, online presence, collaboration, which means collaborative inside this community with your co-authors, which you already have now 13 aligned co-authors who know you, who have gotten closer and connected with you and your story, who have gotten to work with you on this project. And I don't want to minimize the impact of that and the opportunities that are right here. I've seen authors that go on to do incredible things, create projects together, become referral partners for each other, uh, become each other's clients. So there's a lot of opportunities right here in the community, but then also expanding past that, different kinds of influencers or podcasts, those kinds of things as well. Uh, community engagement and community engagement. Hmm. I I'm kind of at a blank on that, so I'll have to come back. And then PR and media. So this is really expanding past in that this is podcast, local media, blog, guest blog posting, kind of expanding past connecting with other like-minded and people who are doing similar things so that you can align with their audience and grow a little bit faster. So we're going to go through these things. So the first thing I want to do, actually, I'm going to stop sharing this for 1 second because I have a checklist that I'm going to go through really fast. And this is what happens. Okay, so we have this checklist, and this is, I'm going to go through these so you kind of have a better idea on which direction you're wanting to kind of commit to today. Okay, here we go. Okay. And everyone's going to get a copy of the notes from this and this checklist. So, this is some of the different ways that we are going to connect. And this is what I mean by if I just sent this out to you, you would be like deer in the headlights. Oh my God, where do I start? So local outreach, some of the ways that we are going to be able to do that is reach out to local newspapers and news organizations about the book. I want to let you know right now, local loves local authors and talent. It is low-hanging fruit that a lot of us just pass right over because we're looking at the big shiny thing. And local is a great way. And especially also, as I'm going through this list, kind of connect it back to like Amory, for example. If community is really important to you and you're wanting to continue to build community, especially local, doing like a local news or PR pitch may be a great way to connect locally. Host both local, I'm sorry, host a booth at a local farmer's market, fair, festival, or with copies of your book and opportunities for people to meet you. Organize a book signing at a local yoga studio, bookstore, coffee shop, or chambers of commerce. Write a list of local bookstores and reach out to them to discuss carrying the book on their bookshelves. Plan a local event featuring your book, such as a launch party, a workshop, and you can even include a giveaway. Okay, so we're going to move on to the digital marketing. And like I said, these are all things that we can continue to layer on, but I don't want us to feel overwhelmed. I want us to have one clear path. So we're going to walk through that. Digital marketing, use your chapter as an opt-in, a freebie, or a giveaway in a contest to grow your email list. How many of you have an existing email list that you're working on growing? No? Okay. So it could be a way to spark that potentially. Create a dedicated page, book page on your website. This is what Beth was talking about. So this is perfectly aligned with photos of you and your book, details about what you wrote, and topics you can speak on for speaking opportunities. Add links to purchase your book on your website and in your email signature. This is something that a lot of people don't even consider. Create social media campaign around your book and the launch. Our launch kind of happened, but it's still happening. So again, the launch is as long as you want it to be. There is no rules around this. So keep that in mind. And then create a podcast one sheet and pitch yourself and your book to relevant podcasts. Jenny, did you have something?
Yeah, on that first one, when you were talking about a contest, could you give
Mhm.
me an example of how that might look?
Yeah, you could give a contest like you could like give like the book or a signed copy of the book away when people join your email list or say you wanted to present something, a workshop, and you could use this as a prize or a way of incentivizing.
Okay.
But that's just one way. Let me think of others. giveaway in a contest degree. You could just say sign up to get a chance to win a signed copy with you could say just a signed copy as a way to grow your email list. You could also say sign up to get a signed copy of my book along with a one-on-one hour session with me, something like that. So using the book in a contest. Does that help? Okay, cool. And then create a podcast one sheet, which I've actually included in the resources on the bottom of this. How many of you are familiar with Canva or have used Canva to some kind of degree? Okay, Beth has. Anyone else? Um, Jenny. There's templates that I'm including that you can use. And you don't have to use these, but they're just kind of ways to kickstart things. So, okay, so we're gonna move down. Oh, I'm gonna check this. Hadassah, what was there? Do you want to just ask it?
Oh, I didn't have a question. You asked a question like, has anybody something, 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 and then the sirens like drowned
Oh,
your voice.
has anyone, let's see. Oh, does anyone know oh, are you familiar with Canva? Is what I
Oh,
asked.
yes, I'm on
Okay.
Canva all the
Okay,
time.
cool.
Yes.
Awesome.
Okay. Okay,
I
sweet.
have some templates that you can use and customize that are included in this. So,
Amazing.
yeah, I was like, wait a minute, what was the question? I had to think for a second. So, okay. Okay, so we're going through these kind of fast because then we're going to backtrack. But I want to give you kind of the full spectrum to start getting your wheels turning a little bit. So, network and collaboration opportunities. Read the chapters. This is like the lowest hanging fruit, and I honestly hope everyone does this. Read the chapters of your fellow contributors and reach out to them with a personal message and invitation to connect. I hope every single one of you do this. It's such an easy way, and we're all reading each other's chapters anyways. Let people know. Reach out and invite for a virtual coffee chat, and really with an open heart in a way of like, how could we potentially work together? Let me hear a little bit more about what you're doing, and how we can support or collaborate. Reach out to organizations with similar missions and share your book with them. Offer to write guest blog posts or articles related to your chapter's topic, for other websites or blogs. This is a great way to kind of cross-pollinate, and start getting introduced to other audiences. Collaborate with local influencers or bloggers who align with your book's audience to promote your book. And this is local influencers. It doesn't have to be local. You can collaborate with anyone, local or national or even international. Offer discounts or special packages for book clubs, organizations, or businesses interested in purchasing multiple copies of the book. And that kind of dovetails into, Jenny, do you want to talk to people about if they do want to get additional copies? Maybe we can add that into the end if people are wanting to get copies of the book. Is that okay? Or
Absolutely. And because I can order up to 1,000 books or 999
Mhm.
at wholesale price. And so I'm happy to do that for anybody. If you want additional copies, just connect with me and we'll work it out where I'll purchase it on Amazon and then you can just reimburse me at cost.
Yeah, so if you are doing some kind of contest or if you are partnering with someone who you're giving books, or even a local bookstore where you want to coordinate with Jenny, and then there is going to be the book is on Ingram Spark, so a lot of local bookstores go through that to stock their books, but you might want to just coordinate it easily with them right there in person. So there's some opportunities for that. Community engagement. Okay, this will help stir my because I was like, huh, community engagement. What was I thinking on that? Plan a local or virtual book signing, or creative writing event where you can read your chapter, promote your offerings, and build community. I just want to say, I think right now we're in incredible times, right? For the best and for the kind of crazy. And I believe that leaders who show up and say, I want to create community. I want to build something that has integrity. I want to be a model. I think you're needed so much. And I also think you're going to be greatly rewarded when you can start creating those foundations. And so many people are craving local community right now. And so if that's something that feels inspiring to you, then that could be a great way to do it. Uh, Create a book club featuring your book where you read chapters and interview um, other authors. Or you could just do a local book club. You could literally, if you have a organization that you're a part of, a church group or a mom's group or whatever it is, you can say, hey, do you all want to do a book club? I wrote a chapter in a book and I would love to turn this into a book club. So that is an idea. Or if you already are part of a book club, you could recommend this book be the next book that your book club reads. Purchase copies of your book and send them with handwritten letters to people you want to network with. So if there's someone that you've been kind of eyeing and admiring from afar, or maybe even close and personal, and you want to make an impression, this is an incredible way. I think I don't even want the thing that kind of came through is like a business card like on steroids, but it's so much more meaningful than that. Because not only are you like, hey, I'm a published author, you're sharing your work. They get to hear from you, they get to learn from you, they get to feel you, they get to really feel like you're connected. And then with the handwritten note, I think that with the rise of things like AI and things like that, those personal touches are going to be more and more appreciated and well received. Just another idea. Uh, Host local events featuring your book, such as a launch party, a workshop, and include a giveaway. Again, you can include the book as a giveaway. But you can potentially create a workshop around your chapter, what you've shared, and invite people into it. And then also have your book for sale, or an option to give away, or part of the bundle that's included in the workshop, however you want to kind of position it. Okay. Um, Public relations and outreach. Create a press kit with information about you, your book, and key talking points, and send it to local media outlets. I also have included a template for that. So I'll show you at the end. You can all take advantage of that. Reach out to local newspapers or news organizations. Oh, it's kind of the same as the local. Oh, well, duplicate. Reach out to local newspapers or news organizations about your book. Organize a book signing at a local yoga studio, bookstore, coffee shop, or chambers of commerce. Again, it hosts a local event featuring your book, such as a launch party or workshop, kind of duplicates, I guess, of some of the other things we've said. And then direct sales or promotions. Offer special promotions or discounts during launch week or any week that you decide you want to kind of coin that to encourage early sales. Host a virtual launch party or workshop on social media with giveaways and live readings from your book. We did that. Create book bundles with related products or services to upsell to your audience. One author that contributed to a book that I helped to, or that I was producing, she designed bookmarks and included that along with a session with her. So it was very personal. So not only did you get the book, you got the bookmark and the session with her, but you can do any creative kind of any spin on that feels good to you. And then offer workshops or webinars related to your book's topic and themes. We're going to get into all of these. At the end of this here, you'll see that there's a speaker one sheet template. When you click on it, let me see if it's going to show. Did it transition or are you still seeing the other one? Okay. So here's a one sheet example that you all can use. You just have to file and make a copy before you can edit it. So that's one thing. And then another template. Um, oops. Here's another template, and you just put your own image, obviously, change your name, and complete these sections. This is a really good time to reach out and ask for reviews, and you can add those here. You can also grab those from the reviews on Amazon. So this is just going to kind of position you. And then here's some other template options too. So there's 3 here actually. So that's another thing. Also included on that is a press release template. And Jenny kind of pre-filled a lot of the information for you, so you can literally grab it. Just make sure to edit it so it's specific to you and your chapter, kind of your cause. But if you are wanting to pitch to local media, there's a template there included, so you can all use that. So, okay, let me get back to my notes. And while I do this, okay, so we're gonna come back. So I want to take a minute. So did any out of all of those things that kind of we went over there, just that it was kind of like a dumpster fire. I feel like I kind of shot them at you. Did anything stand out that anyone kind of wants to explore? Oops, this is the wrong one. Oops. Does anyone want to kind of talk about or dig into any of those? And we're going to get into it a little bit more. I didn't hear the question. Oh, that was from before.
I like the
I'm
one sheets. I'd like to kind of, they weren't big enough, like they didn't take the
Oh,
whole screen. So
okay.
when you send those over, but utilizing those, you just email them to different podcasters that you might want to be on their show.
Mhm. Yep,
Okay.
exactly. And we're all in groups. I don't know how many of you are in Find a Guest like the podcast group looking for a guest. If you are in there and you are paying attention, people will ask, I'm looking for a guest. And having those one sheets is super nice to just respond, like, here it is. And it says the topics you talk about, kind of highlighting you, and it avoids you having to kind of write it out every time too. So,
Cool.
It's funny. I feel torn because my first my first reaction to it, because I have to
mhm.
choose between, I don't have to choose, I can do both,
Yeah.
but promoting the authors and the group versus me individually. And I
Okay.
keep leaning towards, promoting everybody, not
Yeah.
just me.
Yeah.
Um,
I think, well, you are both. You're the publisher and the author. So you have kind of two hats that you're wearing with.
Hats.
Yeah. And I think also it's kind of been, I mean, that's kind of been a theme for you is like how am I promoting the authors? How am I giving visibility to the authors? And kind of, but I think also keep in mind, Jenny, by promoting the authors, you are creating visibility for yourself also and positioning yourself as a leader. So I think anchoring back into like your future goals, what you're tying into, is going to help you kind of find the focus that you want to be focusing on.
Well, and it takes me back all the way to our first training that you had, the call to action.
Uh-huh.
It's like, you were like, so what's your call to action? And I'm like, oh, wait, what?
Ah,
Well, I do have to say that sometimes I'm really good at not practicing what I preach too. So it's all good. We're all learning, we're all growing, and yeah, so okay, let's see. I want to go I gotta go back to my notes here. Okay. Okay. Um so we're gonna choose a path for today. And so I want you to commit. I'm gonna put this in the chat here to one of these things that we're gonna look at. And you're gonna commit to which one you want to focus on in the next 30 days, 60 days, kind of filling into your schedule, your other priorities, and the other things that you have going on in addition to this. Because here's the deal, we all have a lot going on. We have jobs, and we have work, and we have our businesses, and we have clients, and we have kids, and we have partners, and we have whole lives. And I don't ever want this to feel like it has to be all or nothing, because that's when we really just divert to nothing because we don't have the capacity to do it all. And so what I hope by the end of this, you have like, okay, I can put 1 hour a week into this. I can put 2 hours a week nurturing this. It doesn't have to be all. And sometimes maybe I have a little bit more capacity, or maybe I have an event that I'm really going to be pushing a lot and putting a lot more energy into. But how am I kind of building up this author platform? How am I continuously watering the seed that I've planted? Okay, want connection and collaborate. Oh, okay. Good, Jenny. Yeah. Jenny. Yeah. You're muted.
Something else I'd like to add to that list too is, and we're going to brainstorm it on the
Hmm.
22nd, is how the authors can use the group to
Hmm.
promote themselves, because that's one of the perks that come with being an author, is you can use the Women's Empower Network to promote yourself where others don't get to do that.
Yeah, and I think that'll be a really good, like that might be its own training, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And we're because it kind of overlaps with quite a few of these things. It overlaps with the community, with the visibility, like the digital presence. So there's some other ways, like the collaboration also. Okay, so want connection, collaboration, want
Well, they could
client.
even interview each other within the group.
Yeah, exactly. So that is a wonderful, yeah. And so maybe we give Jenny just a little seed that I'm planting here. We give really tangible ways, because I think sometimes people are like, okay, what exactly do I do? And if you just kind of serve it up to people, then they take advantage of it.
Yeah,
Want-
so we're having a council meeting on December 22nd where we're going to make a like a checklist, like what she's offering today, like one or many, like they're all going to be open to you.
Yeah.
Um, so that'll be coming before Christmas.
Yeah. Okay. So, Yeah, so momentum doesn't come from doing everything. I just shared a bunch of different ideas, and that's why I'm kind of trying to reframe this because in the past I've presented this training, and I think people walk away feeling like, wow, there's so many possibilities, and also really overwhelmed with where to even begin. And I want you to walk away from this call feeling like I have a plan, and I'm going to start making action towards it. I'm going to commit to it, and I'm going to have a timeline and a plan. So, um, okay, so some of the big ones. Sorry. Okay. Okay, so now we are gonna do a little workshopping. Um, I'm gonna share these. And I'm gonna, because you all, let's see. So I'm going to focus on to start, if you want the connection and the collaboration, we're going to talk about that. And then we're going to go on to the digital presence. And then I'm going to go through the other ones too, just in case someone who's watching the replay might pick one of the other items. So let's see. Okay, so let's start with the collaboration. Your chapter is an invitation. People want to connect with authors, and collaboration multiplies your reach and creates opportunities. You'll never get, sometimes it's like a leapfrog scenario when you collaborate because it's two people, two energies, and it magnifies the results, but you're also connecting to their audience, connecting to their network. So that's the beautiful thing about a co-authored book is we get in front of people, like Jenny said, there's 500 copies that are going to be out in the world through all of all of you different authors. My chapter, someone who Jenny gives a book to, I would maybe never have gotten in front of that author or in front of that reader. But because Jenny, gives a book to them and they read my chapter, they purchased a book through Jenny, then they may decide they want to work with me. So that's kind of how that works. Um, so let's talk about collaboration examples. Fellow author, I'm going to write here. Put this in the chat here. Okay, so think of fellow authors, organizations, podcasters, community leaders, small business owners. And the question isn't what can I pitch, it's how can we connect. So it's really a different just perspective and framing it. That's going to make you feel probably a little bit more comfortable than like, oh, I don't want to bother someone. But it's like, hey, what am I offering and how is it going to potentially expand their opportunities? So let's talk about let's see. Which one of these feels most aligned? For those of you specifically who said connection and collaboration, which one of these feels like this is something that I want to focus on? Jenny.
Um, just organically, I got invited to uh, leave some copies of my book at my eye doctor's, um,
Mm,
just through a casual conversation. And so when you're saying that, it's like because I'm a tourist town, we have a tiny little bookstore. We have Made in Colorado, um,
yeah.
gift shop. So I feel called to learn how to connect with local businesses and get
Okay.
it out there.
I love that. I love that focus. I love that. And I love that for you, Jenny, because that is you representing yourself too as the author as well as the publisher of the book. And kind of getting you're already going to do the thing for the like I know you're already going to create the visibility for the author. So this is kind of specific for you and building your own community connection. So that's really beautiful. Thank you for sharing. And Amory, you also mentioned that collaboration, connection, and then collaboration was something that you wanted to focus on. Is one of
Uh,
these things feel
I've actually started already with the community leaders. Through Ginny, I would have been invited to the ENTV. I've done my interview there
oh,
already. And now I
okay,
move over to Empowered, what's it called? I move over now to the Empowered of Soul Network, another private group. I'm
okay.
going to have an interview over there now. So that has already started.
Okay, amazing. I love that. I love that so much. And so Anne Marie, you're already on this track. One thing that you might take away from this is getting together like your one sheet so that you can easily send it off to those people that you're collaborating with to make an impression or follow up with as an author and a business owner and doing the things that you're doing in the world. So that's amazing. Love it. Okay, so we're gonna go on to I just keep opening up the wrong tabs. I just have too many tabs. It's just something. Okay, so um hmm, okay, so we're gonna go to digital options. And again, you don't have to just limit yourself to this, but it's one thing that I want you to kind of anchor into as we're leaving. So for those of you who said the visibility piece, we're gonna look at this as some options for you. Um, so we're going to look at creating a digital home, maybe a landing page as you as an author and speaker, potentially, like Beth mentioned. Um, Update your email signature. If you're feeling like, look, this is Christmas, it's the holidays, things are busy. That is a really low hanging fruit and something you can do to make impact right now. That's something you can commit to. Adding the link to purchase the book and just, letting people know that you're an author. Um, a short post series talking about your book or breaking out the contents of your chapter to highlight the work that you're doing. Podcast pitches. And so choose what feels most aligned. This says choose what feels easiest, but actually I just want to say choose what feels most aligned because it might feel like a little bit of a push. It might be like, oh my gosh, I'm going to pitch to podcasts and that feels really intimidating, but I know that's the right path for my expanded visibility. And these are just a few options. It might also be, here's another one I want to throw out there, especially for you, Hadassah. You might research 5 or 10 aligned speaking opportunities and have that as and create a pitch that you're going to start investigating and reaching out to, something like that. So these are just ideas. I just want to remind everyone that this is just kind of like meant to start getting your own wheels turning so that you're finding the path that feels most aligned for you. So for those of you who said the visibility, oh, because you all said, actually, sorry, you all said get, oh yeah, digital presence. Yeah. Okay. I'm good then. Beth, is there one thing that you want to commit to? You're muted.
Yes, I'd love to do a landing page. I
Okay.
mean, it's easy. You can just have a link to it and it looks nice and it doesn't feel like an overwhelming, like, oh, I have to do all this to change my website.
Yeah,
So,
just a single page. I love that. And you can link to the book, have your other books there, have pictures of the books, and you can also, it can also be like like your one sheet. You can literally just send people to that instead of creating a one sheet. That can be it
mhm,
on like things that you speak about, kind of like your author platform also.
okay. And then
And
that would
could I
be just a good
I
way to
just want to
update the
throw in,
email signature. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, if you want me to change the link on our external Women's Power Network, the Power Series, I don't know if you've visited it yet.
Mhm.
Um, I have a link to your website, but if you have a different link you want me to use, just let me know. Email me.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
And then you were saying the email signature is a kind of, it's a
Yeah.
low-hanging fruit one, right? We could all probably get off and do that and feel good, like we're made got some momentum right after this call if we wanted to. So that's an easy one that we could potentially do if it's feeling aligned. Hadassah, how about you?
I just changed my email signature today before this call.
You're
Oh,
you're
good.
Yeah. But then I was thinking about I have an old email list and I literally wrote down, so the conversation that Ginny and I had was like no more hiding and I wrote down no fear. So like I'm just gonna send things to my old email list and if they block me and they delete me, like whatever, it's fine. Like,
I love it.
all it means is that's that and this is this new thing. So I am very Canva savvy.
Mhm.
I just put out a flyer for my language as medicine, like what I do for people and how I take people through that process. And I can just edit that or create something with it with the book as well. So that's amazing. And then I just was like getting my gears going in terms of um like local people here that I know that I've met from like various walks of life that are now here in Denver who have like yoga studios and places and like other businesses and things like that. So I'm just thinking about collaboration in that way too. Um, I do have a Stan store, and all of my like traffic kind of goes to the Stan store, and it has all the other things that I'm affiliated with too. I don't know what you think about that in terms of um
I'm not
because
familiar with
it's
it, to be honest with you. I'm not sure.
yeah, you can check it out. You can check out mine if you want
Yeah,
to.
drop the
Um,
link.
um, And it just says like all the things that I do on there, like in
Okay.
terms of my speech pathology and coaching and my book and the products that I'm affiliated with. It's kind of like a link tree, but it's like Stan Store.
Perfect. I love
Okay,
that.
cool.
Yes, absolutely. That's great. Yeah, that's a great kind of a one-stop shop, kind of like, hey, these are
Yeah.
some of the different ways what I have going on, different ways you can work with me,
Mhm.
a little bit about me. That's great.
Would you
Um,
say that like a website is like, would that kind of be like the website? You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like,
Yeah, you
okay,
don't need a website.
okay, sweet.
Can I
Uh,
share it? Can I
Yeah,
share her
please.
screen?
Yeah, I'd love to.
And like I just realized that I don't have the book on there. So I was like, what? Like the book
you
needs to
can
be
do
on.
that. Yes. Okay. Yeah, I love it.
So
And I like all the
Stan,
Oh,
platforms.
STAN store.
awesome.
I
Perfect.
love that.
Yeah. This is great. Yeah, just add that could be one of your kind of homeworks assignments to add the book
Oh,
here. Potentially if you want to do that also. And then I actually in on the checklist, I have included a social media audit so that you all can go through all of your social media if you want to at some point. And it just talks about different places you can add like this Stan link, this Stan store link,
Mhm.
or links to like your landing page, bios, updating your bio, like just making everything kind of cohesive across your different social media platforms. So I've also included that, which could be a good step for you, Hadassah, in just like it sounds like visibility and just really creating this, and actually you too, Beth, because you both are really wanting to step into this thought leader role a little bit more than just
Hmm.
facilitator or speaker. It's like I'm a thought leader. And so
Hmm.
that's could be a potential thing for you also.
Cool.
Yep. Okay, cool. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of a little bit faster go through the other. Actually, let's see. Trying to decide how I want to do this. Thank you for giving me a little minute here to, okay. Okay, so we're gonna write, what I want you to do is, so you chose your pathway, so local outreach, digital marketing, collaboration, community engagement, PR and media. Um, several of you picked relationships, collaboration, several of you picked audience growth or PR. I can't remember what you all picked, but hold on. Sorry, I'm getting a little. Okay, so we're gonna pick one direction. We did that. Okay, so we're gonna write three possible actions that you want to take in the next 30 days. And you don't have to stay in your lane of the thing that you picked. You might have gotten some different ideas throughout all of this, but I just want you to commit to three possible ways to move your agenda forward through the book, through the collaboration, through the visibility.
Do you want us to put it in the chat?
Yes, yeah, share it, or you can just go ahead and share it in the chat, and then we'll probably share it vocally also. Okay, so Jenny's committing to do a flyer for local business, more interviews, and announce next year's book. Yay. Do you want to talk through any of that?
Well, the first two I think are self-explanatory, and
Mhm.
once we come up with that list of options on how the authors can use the group,
Yeah.
that re-interviewing them or creating a summit on a particular topic or a forum type thing,
Mhm.
where we talk about a specific
Yeah. And you
something
already
very
have
specific.
the action step because you already have the meeting to decide and figure that out. So,
Exactly.
yeah.
And then I just today did a short, quick video in the main group announcing next year's book. And
Okay.
as a bonus, any author who brings in an author who makes their first payment, I'm giving them $100 gift, referral gift.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
nice. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Cool. Yes. I love that. So you feel pretty clear, Jenny?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
cool. Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Triple.
I know.
I
I
love
I get
that.
off these calls and I'm like, I have to
I
like calm down because I get so
fired
there.
up. Yeah,
I
exactly.
do.
But you have and that's I know that happens sometimes, and that's why I want us to ground into our things that we're moving towards so that we can be t making tangible steps towards accomplishing it. So, okay, Beth, you are saying landing page, check out Stan Store. Oh, good job, Hadassah. Thanks for bringing that awareness. Consistent posting about the book, update LinkedIn banner, and opportunity for engagement. Okay, so let's talk about it.
Well, the easiest things for me are updating the LinkedIn banner.
Hmm. Okay.
Right now, it's focusing more on voiceover opportunities and speaking.
Hmm.
So I can still have
Wait,
that in
are you
there,
a
but not just,
voiceover actress too?
pardon?
Are you do voiceover too?
Hmm.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh.
So I can read the book and put it on Audible. It takes a
Oh,
long time.
yeah. Oh my gosh,
Not
that's
it,
I didn't know
yeah.
that about
It's
you.
more the editing that takes a long
Yeah.
time.
Yes, yes. Wow.
As is true for the written word, it's true for the spoken word too.
And this is such
Um,
a great time to be updating. So you might want to look at that checklist, the audit checklist, because this is such a great time. We're moving into the new year, positioning yourself exactly as you kind of want to be
yeah,
presented. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, because I have one website for that and another, and I just want to combine and make it simple.
And
And
maybe you use something like the Stan Store. Is it Stan Store, Stanley Store? Stan Store, something like that, to just have the different things. Because maybe
yeah,
it does make sense to keep them separate and you don't have to necessarily like recreate something right now. Maybe you do want to, and that's fine too. But sometimes it's like, oh, I have to recreate the whole website, and you don't always have to do that. So
okay,
yeah.
yeah.
Cool.
And then,
Thank you.
I'm on web stuff all the time, social media, so I should be posting and not just scrolling.
I hear you. I hear you. It's easy to get caught in that. For consistent posting, what does that mean to you?
Um, either having I still have these beautiful backgrounds and I would do memes and do them, morning, noon, and night so that it would be in different people's feeds
Oh,
at different times.
okay.
And
Okay.
then, putting a recording in or doing a Facebook Live, a short one, like, oh, look, here's a new book. I know thank you for supporting us with the digital launch. I've included a link if you want to hold something in your hand, do something
Yes,
like
absolutely. I love that. I want to encourage you to just kind of commit to what it is that you want to do. Like if it's the three, okay, I'm going to do that for X amount of days, or I'm going to post 3 times a week. Whatever it is for you. I don't want to like say,
okay.
but kind of commit because otherwise it starts getting a little murky. Like, am I doing that? Am I posting more consistently? Am I not? So kind of have
Well,
something that you can gauge.
I'll start it off easy because I like tend to want to go big,
Yeah,
but
me
I'll
too.
do it easy and then go, oh, well, I can add to it and I've
There
met
you
this
go.
commitment.
There you
So
go.
I'll post 3 times a week and then if it's every day or if it's, flows differently, I can add to that.
I love that. That sounds like a great commitment. That's perfect. Awesome. Okay. You already have the updated LinkedIn banner. You already were talking about the landing page. I think that would be something that you might want to kind of anchor into because that came up so early on. I know it was already something that you were thinking about.
Right.
So you have quite a few things here. And I know you're also kind of in the midst of a move, right?
Well, the universe has their plans and I have mine.
Yeah.
And I and I have a harder time surrendering sometimes, but So bottom line is people haven't come through. A lot of people came through initially, had a couple offers that didn't work
Oh,
out, and
okay.
then
So
I
you're
haven't
still
had,
in the midst of trying to sell your house. So you have a lot
yeah,
going on. Yeah.
well, like I said, trying and so I just feel grateful. It gives me more time to pack. It
There-
gives me time to like organize my stuff, and I know the universe supports me, and I
Yeah.
will be where I'm supposed to be at the right time.
It's easy to latch
So,
onto our own preconceived idea of how it should be, right?
yes.
I do
And
that
the
too.
time frame and what I'm thinking. Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
just like, okay, thank you. You always
Oh,
surround
yeah.
me in beautiful places. You always provide great opportunities.
Yeah.
You know, I just
Yeah.
have to breathe.
Well, I think the landing page, commit to that one because I think that's a
Okay.
really important one for you. And set a date that you want to have it done by.
Okay.
And then even put it in your calendars to hold yourself accountable. Okay. Hadassah, you're going to add your book to the stand store. Collaborate with the authors and send an email to my list with the book. Yay, I love all these things. What is your ideas for collaborating with the authors?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
Maybe an interview, maybe an exchange of reviews. I think that's really great, being able to
Yes.
read each
Yeah.
other's um, chapters and then provide a review. And
I
then
like that.
even like a short exchange of sessions, even so that we can review each other's work with each other, not just the chapter itself.
Yeah.
Um,
I
yeah.
love, I think Jenny and we talked about a while ago, maybe doing something where authors could facilitate a training. We might want to talk again about that. And maybe that comes up at during our call. Cause I think that's such an incredible, when we get to actually experience each other's work, it kind of puts next level. And then like for referrals and like top of mind when we experience it, it makes it like, oh yeah, I know someone. You got to meet
Yeah.
Hadassah or whatever it is. So that might be something that we want to talk about, Jenny. And add book to the stand. Sorry, that sounds like a pretty low hanging fruit. You should be able to get that done pretty quickly.
Yeah.
You want to do a short time turnaround on that one. And
Yep.
then send email to your list about your book. And one thing I wanted to say, sorry, I'll come back to that. The collaboration with the authors. Also, you said you just created a flyer for your new offer. I think it's okay, Jenny. Is it okay for authors to share that in the group, in the author group?
Yeah, I prefer that they do it at the end of an interview or at the end of a workshop.
Okay, even in the author group?
Oh, no, they can do whatever they want in the author group.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So
Yeah.
I would say share that flyer in the author group.
Oh,
And share that especially it's a new program. It's relevant. You can let everyone know, hey, look, I'm dusting off my email list and I'm sending this out and I'd love your support also. So that would be a great way to kind of also collaborate with the other authors, just kind of
Hmm.
awareness on what you're doing. And so
What
as far
came
as
to
your
mind too, like
Mhm.
if by doing that everybody shares their services, if two or three of you have similar services or you just really resonate with what they're doing, I would love to see like a two or three partnership
Yeah,
workshop or event that you did together in the
Hmm.
group.
awesome idea.
I
Yeah.
am I am super savvy on creating events and making them happen. I'm not super savvy about like promoting myself. Like that's where I go. It's like the challenging part about me, but I can always do events and like online events and things like that. So if anybody ever wants to do any kind of like collaborative event like that, like say about a specific topic, and then we kind of share our perspectives on those topics, um, I'm down for things like that.
I love that. And that is also a wonderful group for the wonderful post for the author group.
Okay.
Yep.
Hey, I'm really good at creating events. Sometimes I need a little support with the promotion. These are the topics that I love to talk about. If anyone's looking for collaboration, let's, reach out to me and let's talk about it. So those kinds of things. Um,
I want to share one more thing. I have a friend in Sedona who has a Airbnb with like 24 beds in it.
Mm.
So we could also do like a destination event in Sedona and like do something there and like use her space,
24
obviously.
beds is a lot.
Yeah, and it's like they're like trundles and bunk beds, so we would be like super close to each
Yeah.
other in that. But it's, it's a fun experience, especially for women.
Oh my gosh, that's a lovely. Thank you for sharing that. That's awesome for
Yeah.
sure. Uh, Keep that in mind because I'm
Yeah.
definitely moving into more like events, like retreats and events, in-person retreats and events. So
Yeah.
it's to keep in mind. Um, yes. So your email list. How long has it been since you sent an email?
Girl, I want to say like probably like 2 or 3 years. I used to have a podcast, a video podcast that I would do every Friday called Fearless Friday.
Oh,
And I had like so many viewers and it was amazing. And then I got hacked in 2020 that everything just kind of fell apart. So I will be real and say that that part of it has like traumatized me a little bit. So I'm like, in that thing, I'm like, you have a podcast, like do that, like do the thing that you have been doing.
you could dust off the podcast. And
Yes.
here's the thing, I think this is a really, really good point, not just for you, but for everyone watching, because I think we all do this. We build it up in our head and we're like,
Yeah.
I haven't done an episode in this long. What are people going to think? Here's the deal. People aren't really thinking about it. Like,
Yeah.
if we're being honest, no one's really thinking about it. Like, we want to make ourselves like more important than we really are. Like people are too consumed thinking about their own stuff, right?
Yeah.
What they're
It's
not
true.
doing or what they forgot, whatever. And so if you put out a new episode and then send out an email and you could just say, hey, like it's been a while, here's the latest episode. No one's gonna think twice. Like they're just gonna be like, cool, I
Yeah.
loved it. Oh, I've been missing these.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or if someone's like, what are you doing? Email like, oh well, like that it'll happen. You like you
Yeah.
can't, it's fine. But I would recommend warming it up with like an introduction, like, hey, kind of like I'm back or it's been a while and I'm excited to start talking to you again about these are some of the my favorite things. And then you can kind of add kind of finesse the book into the conversation.
Amazing. Great. Great
Awesome.
guidance.
Good, 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 good. Okay, Anne-Marie, um, did you want to Anne-Marie, did you want to list 3 ways to
I didn't put it into the chat.
Okay, okay, okay. Did you want to talk about it or not? You don't have to.
Mine is more or less the things that bug that I guess are in the back of my mind, having to act in spite of fear, which would be the social media focus. I it didn't happen to me, but it's happened to me people around me where their social media was hacked, but I
Mm.
have to act in spite of that and sort that out. I get my LinkedIn page back up and running properly. Uh, the other one is to do some more interviews about the book and the chapter. And then I have already finished the bare bones framework, however you want to put it, for the training. So I
Yay.
actually have on my list here to email Ginny, if not tomorrow, on Monday, about setting a date to have a conversation with her around that and see where we can go from there.
And you are basically turning your chapter into a workshop, right?
Yes.
Yay. I love it so much. And you're going to be a leader modeling what other authors can do. So thank you for doing that. Because it is a really, really great way to use your chapter and break it down and like using the book. So I'm really happy that you're doing that.
Mhm.
Okay, so LinkedIn interviews you said, and then emailing Jenny. So you have that you're going to email Jenny by Monday. That
Mm-hmm.
sounds like that was a thing. Um, um, when do you want to commit to having the LinkedIn?
LinkedIn, I'm going to work on that over the weekend. I actually have a colleague that assists me with that one. We've done the write-up and everything. It's just to get it. It's just for me to sit down and say, okay, take a deep breath. Let's get this done.
Yeah, and you might also want to check out that audit, social media audit, because LinkedIn, I've included that too, some things you can
Okay.
think about
Okay.
with.
Thank you. Mhm.
And
Think
then
by now you realize I have a fear of social media.
yeah, what's the fear?
I don't like it. I've been there from the time these things started. I've always joined, but I just sit and watch everybody, and it's a way of me to see what everybody else is doing.
Yeah.
I, I don't ever really truly update mine, but I keep track of everyone I'm following. I keep track of their promotions, what they're doing, that kind of thing.
Well,
That's the interesting
that's a
thing.
really great like networking strategy, actually. I just want to like put
Okay.
some yeah, like commenting and supporting other people is a really great way to actually like build network and connection. So, sometimes we think we and actually Diana's training was basically about that.
Yes,
Um
it was.
and so it's really similar to that, right? Supporting other people. And it actually, when you think about it too, I know for me, like people who continuously support me, they are like a presence in my mind. Like I always, way more than people are just like, hey, look at my thing, look at my thing, look at my thing. So build on that strength. It's not, I don't think there's nothing wrong with it.
Okay.
Um, to want to be supporting other people. Um, and, and maybe you because like collaboration and connection, I would say that the important thing is just you're not that you're posting all the time or even consistently, just that you have a presence so that when you comment on someone's thing and they go and look at your profile, they get to kind of see who you are.
Okay.
Does that make sense? So
Makes
maybe you
sense.
just have a few posts. Maybe you have a post about the book or a post about your workshop and just a few things,
Mhm.
and like a clear banner to show what you're doing. And then you aren't even worried about like content or creating content. You're just supporting other people and building connections that way. But you
Mhm.
kind of have the at least the platform where people, if people go and look, they kind of get an idea of who you are and what you do.
Okay.
Does that help?
That helped. Thank you.
Good, good, good. And then the third one, oh, more interviews. Let's talk about that a little bit. What's your idea for that?
I actually have, well, the next one is with Kellogg. Um, Mr. Kellogg. I have his own, have to line up his own. I actually have to send the photo today so that he could do the piece that would be the ad to say this is who we're interviewing next.
Okay, awesome.
Um, and then I'm supposed to come back to Cheyenne and see when we can set the interview with her. So I've actually got two lined up before the ending of the year. So I'll work on them and see what fruit they bear. Because the interesting thing about it is that one interview has led to another interview, which is leading to another interview. So it's
Nice.
like you just have to start
Good.
one and
Yeah,
everything else just comes in.
totally. Yay. Awesome. Well, it sounds like you're on a good path for that. So,
Mm,
it doesn't sound like you need to have like a lot of accountability on that. So, I would say set a date for the LinkedIn when you want to have just a couple posts, maybe a post about the book, a
mhm,
post about the work you do, post about your workshop eventually once you get that figured out.
mhm.
Um, and then you're committing to reaching out to Jenny, setting timelines. I think it's just important, and we can all see that around the book, right? If
Yes.
we didn't have a deadline, this could have still been kind of an idea.
Mhm.
And so setting a deadline and moving it forward is really important when it comes to making progress on anything. So
Okay.
awesome. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, so oops. Jeez, so many tabs, you guys. Okay. Um, okay. Okay, so I would love for you by today's end, right after this call, if you have time, to add your actions to your calendar. set a date that you want to have it done by, so that you have something that you're working towards. Like we said, momentum begins the moment we honor our commitments. So um, I would love to hear, what did today unlock for you? What clarity did you receive from today? Go ahead and write it out, share it in the comments, anything that's coming through.
And if I could add to Anne Marie's and Hadassah's to-do list
Uh-huh.
is to get their author photo on Amazon loaded up.
Oh, the author Amazon, their author page.
Yeah, the
Amazon is not
profile.
allowing me to do buying. So
What's
I'll more or less take a
what's
step back and I'll try again.
okay.
You ran into a problem
Yeah,
doing it?
they're not allowing me to upload the bio or the photo.
I think you have to get approved and then you have to go in and upload it, so it might work now.
They sent the approval
Oh, okay.
and it's still not able to do it. So I'll
You might
give
have
it a
to
couple of days and
if
then go.
if it keeps going, you might have to contact Amazon. And if you want to reach out to me, I'll give you a contact number to be able to do that.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and I get a notification from Amazon to approve their bios or their author page. So I'll keep an eye out to watch for yours if somehow I missed it.
I have a question on that.
Yeah.
I was finally able to upload my picture because that took a while as well. But my name, if I'm Dr. Beth Golden, that's one thing. There is another Beth Golden PhD. And so I wanted to list my books under my author name, on my page, but it
Yeah.
wouldn't let me because of the same name similarity. How do
Oh.
I contact them to explain that so I can add my other books on the Amazon
How
site?
did we list you as an
Dr.
author?
Beth Golden.
And there's already a Dr. Beth Golden on.
Yeah, I mean, we're both Beth Golden PhD. We're both Dr. Beth Golden.
Yeah.
And we both have books, but her books are on nutrition and mine aren't.
There's okay. I will send you the contact information because here's the thing, like, I mean, even if you weren't
Does it-
doctor, if you were Beth Golden, I'm assuming there's other Beth Goldens that need to have their own individual Amazon author page. So there must be just some kind of glitch, is what I'm
Yeah,
guessing.
that's what I was wondering.
Yeah,
So,
so I'll give you the contact information. The author pages are kind of like outside of, like, you all own them. So
okay.
there's nothing we can really do on your behalf necessarily, unless we need to change your name on the listing. Let us know that if that's what they tell you. But I would find that really hard to believe because, like, I don't know, think of like a Sarah Richardson. There's probably quite a few Sarah Richardsons, and maybe a couple of them are authors. So, like, why wouldn't, so it seems like it must be a glitch, but I'll send over the contact
Yeah,
information.
because I've tried to upload my stuff and they said, well, there's a discrepancy between names. There's
Yeah.
more than one person. And it's just like, I know. I
Right?
could actually,
Exactly. Like there's
I
more
already
than
know that.
yeah. Okay, I'll send you. You just might have to contact them. Amazon is actually pretty good about being able to contact a person, which is good. So I'll send over the information for you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so one step at a time. Yes, I love that. And I really want, I know I can sometimes be like a fire hose of like a lot of information. And I know sometimes people love it and times people are like, oh my gosh, that was a lot. But ultimately just anchoring into the one thing is really important. And then you do that thing and then you're building momentum and then you choose the next thing. So love that. Motivation to get something accomplished, get her done. Yay. Awesome. Love the momentum, wealth of ideas, and excited. Awesome. Cool. Thank you all so much. I hope this was useful. I will be sending out the slides and the checklist to everyone who to everyone. And yeah, I'm hoping that this is feeling really that you all are finding the momentum in this and that you
Yes.
all are taking this in stride. And this is one important piece of a lot of things that I have going on, and continuing to be open to what kind of possibilities want to unfold through this project. Does
Awesome.
anyone?
Thank
Yeah,
you so much. I appreciate your
Yes.
time.
absolutely.
Thank you, Nicolette. Yeah, you always have such a wealth of information. I'm always blown away. So I know I picked well.
Thanks, Jenny.
Yes, you did.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Thank you very much.
I'm
Yay.
excited
Have
to
a
get all
good
your templates.
I'll send them over, and just remember everyone, you have to copy the template. It's locked because obviously we can't all be using the same one. So you just have to make a copy and then you can create
Mhm.
whatever you want to do.
Amazing.
Okay.
Okay.